What if all you needed to get better in every way was available at the touch of a hand, or the sound of a voice, or even a vibration? Let's talk about how that happens, who can do it, and where to find them. I'm John Webster, and this is The Hesitant Healer.
So, Lisa Kay.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Welcome back to you.
Hey, guess what we're doing?
Hey, what are we doing?
We're all fucking technological right now. We are trying to do this on the YouTube.
Woo!
So you and me are recording right now, and our pretty faces are on this platform. And we are learning technology.
We are. And I just have to say, when you are past a certain age, it's a little more challenging.
Oh my God. Talk to me about being old and technological shit, because it is not happy. So, in all full disclosure awareness, we have a producer now.
We do.
And in more full disclosure awareness, it happens to be a family member who was birthed. I can't say birthed from my loins because they weren't my loins.
No, they were not.
But I had something to do with it.
It was a result of something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like when we first started podcasting with just the feed, there's going to be things like right now when my nose itches and you catch this on film, it's probably not going to look very pretty. But if you guys have listened to this podcast before, you'll know that we don't much care.
Right.
Listen, folks, this is what we want to do. We stopped for a whole year. We recorded 52, 53?
Something like that.
We did a whole year of podcasting,
Right.
and we got some decent feedback. And the people that listen, thank you. I have, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I know it does you too, that you have people come in here and they go, hey, I was listening to episode 42, and when you said this, and it's like, what?
And you're like,
and this is like a year and a half later, 2 years later, it's like, people still listen to that shit?
right.
And so it behooves us to go back and listen to some of our content.
Perhaps we should.
Because sometimes I listen to it and go, damn, that was good.
Right?
We got some good stuff, right?
We did.
But it got a little expensive, and we were trying to save some money, and we kind of ran out of content, and we kind of got bored.
I don't know if we got bored. I think
It just got hard. Life started happening, and it got cumbersome, and it was tough to do this once a week. And
Right.
when you're running 40 hours a week, to do this on top of that was a little difficult. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So we took a year off, but it started gnawing at us, right? It's like, man, I really want to do this.
You know, more than one person said, gosh, when are you guys going to get back to that? And we thought, well,
we did.
Yeah.
And then we had somebody come in and say they could help us.
Right.
And then I had another client who, we're going to see him today. He's been pushing us along, and he says he can help us with bigger things. To get the perspective on this thing, I'm looking at her right there, and she's looking at me right here. So we're across from each other. To expand content and to give you guys a little bit more knowledge about what's going on inside our heads, I have an idea of what I want to do. And several times during the podcast, when we were doing it before, there's something I want to write down, or there's a picture I want to write, or I have a video I want to show, and I just didn't know how to do that. So this is an attempt to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Because when you and me were in Las Vegas during the COVID years with Julian Baker, Functional Anatomy, go check him out. He's bitching.
He is.
When we were in Vegas doing that dissection for a month, he had the best setup, and he was doing the best video, and I learned a little bit of technological stuff, but that dude hauled 2 suitcases full of fucking wires and contraptions that could multicam and do lots of different things. I don't want to get that involved, but I do need to get a little more involved. So currently we're on 2 cameras, me and Lisa. Corey's going to hook us up as we work on this. We might have some headphones because we can hear the audio a little bit better. And in addition to the audio, we're going to add a 3rd camera. So if I say, oh my God, let me show you this, I can get up, I can walk over to the board, and I can draw on the board and you can see it. In addition to that, I have a program that I use. It's called Essential Anatomy 5. And in Essential Anatomy 5, there's the entire schematic of the entire human body broken down into parts: skin, muscle, bone, tissue, veins, nerves, all that stuff. And I use it often in a 3-dimensional way to show people what to do or what I'm working on or whatnot. And it's what I see in my head, right? So we talked about in the early videos about when I went to the dissection class and I could see inside the body what I'd been touching on the outside of my body.
Not your body, other people's. Well,
you're right. I missed you so much on the podcast. This is why she's here, so she can correct me. When I could see on the inside of the body what I've been touched on the outside of the body, it's what I see now. So you come in with a scar tissue or some kind of thing, I see it. I want to be able to show you guys when I'm explaining to it. I want those fingers in the camera. And we're learning how to do that so I can push a button here and I can do a little thing and move the body around and you can see it live on the screen. And we're going to YouTube all this as well. Mm-hmm. So there'll be a podcast that you can listen to in your car. Mm-hmm. And there will be a YouTube that you can watch on YouTube, which sometimes is going to be boring. It's just going to be me and Lisa and the son on her shoulders there. And sometimes it's going to be really involved. We also want to bring in third parties because we did that before. We had people that would remote in that we found very interesting. And we would like to put them in. And I don't know if we can get them on camera and get 3 cameras in here. We should be able to do that. If not, at least we can talk to them. Mm-hmm. We should be able to remote in.
I think we can.
You and me might have to be on the same side and they'll be on the second one where we can do.
They're going to zoom in is what's going to happen.
We can figure that out. And look at this shit. We have new microphones. Lisa, show me your mic. Show me a pretty mic.
Isn't it?
It's fluffy. It's like a pom-pom. We're like little mini cheerleaders.
It's what all the cool kids
Go get those 2 things off your desk. Go get those. I just had an idea. Oh, you guys are going to love this. Okay, so in addition to that and that and that, we also want to bring in clients who are willing to share their stories with the things that we do and the things that we're working on. Because some people have some pretty amazing stories of stuff. Now, Lisa?
Yes.
You know, because you work here.
Yes.
You know that downstairs, next to Kith, which is the most amazing clothing store in Redlands, you know there's a vending machine.
There is.
And that vending machine doesn't have sodas or popcorn or candy or Snickers.
No.
It's got little trinkets.
It's got cool stuff.
And one of the little trinkets were little baby hands. And I just want my little baby hands to be pom-pom cheerleaders.
There we go.
You want to know what massage therapists do when they don't have people?
Yeah.
They massage with their tiny little hands. So, wait. If I do this. So, this is the fun that's in store for you, the viewer, when we get all this up on YouTube.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about the last year, Lisa Kay.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
What's happened in the last year?
Personally, business-wise?
Yes, and yes. Well, let me tell you what happened last night. Some fuckers from overseas got into our bank account and stole money. And we're currently in the middle of that right now. And it's no
fun.
It's no fun, and the banks take care of it. But I'm sure a great deal of you have been identity thefted and
have experienced
that. Yeah. Again, that's why you're here. But it's no fun. It's really, really, literally just a pain in the ass. So we're dealing with that. So now we can go back a little bit farther.
Okay.
2 months ago.
2 months ago was like December-ish.
Uh-huh. You had the same thing happen to you.
Just to me.
Identity thefted. Yes. And it made the news, which kind of made us both feel better because she didn't feel like she'd been isolated.
Right.
You want to talk about that, or would you rather not talk about that?
You know what? It's called shoulder surfing. And so I was at the ATM and a guy kind of tricked me. He threw a $10 bill down and said, "Oh, I think you dropped this." And you're not thinking, you're going really fast. And he had been observing and he got my code.
He reached in and he grabbed her money.
Right.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Right. So that was like, and I was literally 2 feet from the door of the bank. So
they're so quick with the sleight of hand and the change of hand and making you think
but I have to say thank you to our local branch of Wells Fargo. They were very, very, very helpful.
They were right on it. And after police report was filed, they came back and said they were going after the guy, and they found the guy. And so there may be some.
It seems like this happened in several counties. It wasn't just San Bernardino; it was Riverside.
It was a big.
It was a big deal.
Big
so it was like a
from foreign nationals, right?
Yeah.
It was from another country.
From another country. So I was not the only one, but none of that is ever fun, and you always feel a little violated, like a little like.
You didn't feel a little violated.
I felt a lot violated. I did.
They take your stuff. People take your stuff. It's no fun.
No,
it's no fun at all.
Right.
So that happened, and then before that, my Lisa's father passed away.
Right.
So that was probably from August to November. We dealt with that. He de-escalated rather quickly. There was and this might be a topic that we want to hit on. I'm sure it's going to be a topic that we want to hit on, because a great many of us currently are going through this, right? And I know all my high school friends, anybody that's in my age bracket and a little bit below and a lot above, have parents that are aging and getting older, and they don't teach this shit in high school.
You know what's?
They didn't teach us how to balance a fucking check, and they didn't tell us that our parents were going to die and we were going to have to take care of them.
Right.
And they didn't tell us that the world was going to change with COVID and that our kids aren't going to want our shit that we've been saving for 50 years.
That's for sure.
So that's a lot to unpack, but that's a thing. I've been through 4 deaths in the last 5 years. You've been through 2 deaths in the last 5 years also? 4 years.
I have to say, it is an odd feeling, and it only happens every once in a while, but I get this, I'm an orphan, right? Like not that, I mean, you're older, right? You're a grown-up, you do the grown-up stuff, you put the gas in the car and you make your car payment and, all those kind of things. But you get this, wow, like, just, it's an odd feeling.
Here's the thing, because I've been through so many. We've been through, dad died of COVID. Mom was a stroke victim and she ultimately died of COVID, but she was already failing. Uncle Ernie passed of COVID and he was only 74, 75. And pretty healthy up until COVID. Who's number 4? 1, 2, 3. Maybe just maybe it was your dad. I added him in there. And then Lisa's dad had kidney failure. And then I have quite a few clients who've been through or who are currently going through mind failing or Alzheimer's or whatnot, which is just no bueno. That's not a fun thing to go through. But each one of those carries its own little thing. And with its own little thing, there's the initial onslaught and getting ready, right? As you become the parent and you start taking care of the parent who regresses to a childlike status, there's a lot of fear. There's fear of death. There's how they're going to handle that. There's they get pretty set in their ways and they don't want to do stuff. There's the moving. My parents did not want to move. My mom made it really clear. I want to die at home. That's a good impersonation. I want to die at home. And so several times while she was complaining about not liking where she was, we had to have the conversation of, this is what it looks like to die at home, right? Several times with Pops, it was like, I don't like this, that, or the other. It's like your body's failing. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
And there's a disconnect, I'm sure. I don't know what that's like, but there's a disconnect between actually dying and admitting that you're actually dying. You know what I mean? With Lisa's dad, he got up one day off the toilet and fell. and he got found, and he had the life alert and whatnot. And he was a very independent guy at 93. That's a good run at 93. And he wanted to be at home, but there was a vacillation between going to the hospital and going home, and going to the hospital and going home. And then they found him a longer-term care facility. And there were several times with the kidneys, he didn't like, old people don't like drinking water a lot. And so his kidneys failed, or he went into severe dehydration, which causes lots of stuff. And he vacillated back and forth, and they put him on hospice. Now, my mom was on hospice, but I didn't understand the differences between not being on hospice and being on hospice.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, in case you don't know, once you get thrown into the hospice bus, you lose things.
They won't take you to the hospital.
So when her dad got out of the long-term care facility and went home, which he worked hard to get to, and then he had a problem, ambulances won't come because you're on hospice. And there are other amenities that are not allowed if you're on hospice. Hospice is the kiss of death. And so hospice means you're dying and we can't help you. And if you have a DNR, which is a do not resuscitate, DNR stipulates that if anything happens, it goes bad. Well, this is great on paper, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
It's great on paper.
Right.
But if you're sitting there next to them and they've fallen, or they're having a coughing fit, or they're dehydrated, or they're losing their mind because they're reaching up into the heavens,
it looks different. It feels different. It's an emotional thing.
nobody's coming.
Right.
You have to deal with this. And so that's different, and that's hard. And so again, we dealt with that. And that was a thing. Now, on top of that, and I think you and I and my Lisa all went through this,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. I thought this was 3 years. It's 5 years past my parents.
Mm-hmm.
This was a pretty heavy depressive year in these time frames. We
Mhm.
kind of tanked and went a little depressing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still microdosing the mushrooms, and I still think they help.
Mhm.
You?
I am not doing it currently, right now. I probably will start again really soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still doing Ozempic, but in the last 8 months, we have, my wife and I have had a heck of a time with insurance.
Well, and let me say, you and Lisa are not alone in this. I think everyone in our circle has dealt with some health insurance issues for sure.
When this whole, and I'm gonna tiptoe very gently about administrative and political things, but when this administration
Mhm.
did what they did at the beginning of the year, our health insurance doubled to almost $2,000 a month, and that is a fuck ton of money. And and with that came the jostling of trying to find better, cheaper, and I know we're not alone. So this segues into you got to stay healthy.
You do. You know what? At this point in our lives, we're making choices about how the rest of your life goes. And I think that starts early. I think in your 30s and your 40s, you're making choices about how
See
your
how I
life
segued from death into we're
Life.
getting older and we're gonna die?
No.
Nice, right?
Um,
But I mean, you and me were 63.
right.
60 fucking 3. We're 63.
Mm.
In 10 years, we're gonna be 73.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a clear decline.
Yeah.
Physically, at least, if not mentally, and if not, there's one more in there.
Emotionally.
I don't know about emotionally. I'm always going to be happy. Anyway, there'll be a decline. And, days are numbered. And that's a whole nother podcast. But I mean, the thought process of what am I going to do? Where am I going to live? Who's going to take care of me? How long is this going to last? What happens if? Let me tell you, my friend, my longtime friend, my 50-year friend, Jim Sabatello, last summer, Lisa, this last summer,
Yes.
he's camping up in the lake in the Sierras.
Like going to go have fun.
With his girlfriend. This is a guy who worked his fucking ass off for so many years, living at the beach, didn't even go to the beach, just worked. I'm like, dude, come on. Well, he's finally getting it, right?
Right.
The old guy in the kick the can from the Twilight Zone.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's getting it. He's getting it now, right?
Mhm.
So he goes camping. He's got a nice Airstream banny thing, and he goes up to a lake and pulls into the lake. And the old guys that collect the money are driving up in their carts. The girlfriend goes in to get the money. He steps in. He puts the dog on the leash, and he steps in. He grabs the money. He turns around. He trips over the leash. Lands funny. Broke his femur. Just broke his femur. It wasn't a hard fall. He tried to get up. He knew it was broken. He's got a crap load of stitches. He's got
big surgery.
A rod this big with screws in his thighs and his knee. And listen, and then a week later, I'm walking down the stairs at 4 a.m. and I missed the last stair and I fell off the stair. And I'm like, this is how it fucking starts. In the last year, my wife has missed that stair twice. I've missed that stair twice. And it's like, what the actual fuck?
You need a light on that.
We put a light on it last week. Thanks for asking. Good job.
Okay.
We have motion sensor lights on that bottom stair now. But listen, this is real, right? Balance is the thing I was looking for earlier. Balance is one of the things that will change in the next 10 years.
Balance, for
So
sure.
this all to say, now that we've talked about this, if I don't have insurance and I don't have the money to pay for insurance and I want to last a lot longer, I have to stay healthy. And that means when I don't feel like getting out of bed, I'm going to force myself to get out of bed. And there's days, folks, there's days when I don't want to get out of fucking bed. I don't. There's days where I don't feel like doing shit. But about 5 months ago, going into, I'm going to say November, the local health club had a deal and I ponied up some cash and I paid for a year in advance. And I'm going and I've been lifting weights and doing circuit training once a week. And then you and I signed up for some races. We did the 5K at the beach last month.
Run Surf City.
We had the desert run last week and Lisa got sick, so I didn't go. So I owe myself a 3-mile run.
Yes.
And then we have the run through Redlands next month, and Lisa's running away, so she's not doing that. She's going to do 3 miles because she got a new grandbaby coming. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Number 2.
And so we're signing up for races, and I am starting to see some differences in physical appearances and how I feel and stamina. And we would like to work in the yoga, not doing it very often, but listen, it's in the back of my head, it's gnawing at me that we have to stay healthy.
Oh, definitely.
And that we had that weights, that turns out, kids, diet and exercise is a thing. and that if you pay attention to it, you're going to last a little bit longer.
Yes.
And there's some great podcasts. There's some great people. There's some healthy things out there. They're learning more and more every day. Do yourself a favor and work out, stay healthy, pay attention. You know, the other thing, and you're going to see this soon.
Okay.
That keeps me motivated is I got 5 grandbabies.
Oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
2 of them are up in
Oregon,
Portland. 3 of them are in Norco. 7, 5, 3.
Wow.
And 7-year-old's getting heavy. And I'm the cool grandpa. I like how my little pom-pom.
That's kind of
it almost looks dirty though, right? Wait. Hang on.
Stop it.
That definitely looked dirty.
That was horrible.
When I go over and play with them, my Lisa always says, "You're gonna be sore." And I'm like, no. And I do headstands and I lift and I do piggybacks and we throw around and then I go home and get in the jacuzzi and cry. But if I haven't worked out a couple weeks prior to going and doing that, I'm sore. And A, I want to keep being the cool grandpa. 2, that's B. I want them to see that too. Right? I want those memories.
Right. That's fun. I'm going to throw this in. Think about a memory you have of a grandparent. And my two memories I didn't have grandpas. I just had, my grandmothers were left. Both of them had lost husbands. Both of my memories are, one grandma was really overweight and not healthy and had to be helped to do everything. And she must have been in her 60s.
Oh.
And the other one.
That's a weird perspective, right?
Right.
It is to think that we're actually as old as they were when we're thinking about what they were like then.
Right. And the other one, hunched over, too thin, stopped really taking care of herself. So health was not in either one of those. And that's a memory I have. So what memory do we want our grandkids to have? Like,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And, Natalie, again, here's a whole nother podcast. I could see myself in this screen and I just want to do this. Is how do we want to be remembered? And I don't know what it is about this age or this time frame, but the last, I'm going to say month, Lisa, I'm seriously worrying about how I'm going to be remembered. I'm doing more art. I want to hang gorilla art all over town. I want people to have pictures. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing that lasts. My grandma Molly, my mom's mother, my grandfather on that side died when my mom was 10, so I never knew that guy. Lung cancer. And Grandma Molly she raised 3 kids by herself on the south side of the tracks in Winslow, Arizona. She worked JCPenney for years. We moved to California. She grew them all up. My mom was the oldest. She was independent late in life. When I was 18, she married a man. That was Grandpa Angel. And they lived together and took care of each other until they both didn't. And so she was pretty active until she wasn't. And she went pretty quick to my recollection. Mm-hmm. Grandparents on my father's side, JP was a smoker. And I only remember him being rail thin and super wrinkly, and he chain smoked all the time. But a vivid memory, same time frame, 17, 18 years old. We're in, I don't want to say it was a Sambo's. It's a Carol's over there on Tennessee now. And aunts and uncles were there and dad was there. And he had emphysema. And he went into an emphysemic cough fit of...
There's nothing.
Kept going. And watching the looks on everybody's faces because nobody could do a goddamn thing. And then he finally came out of it. And right then and there, it's such a vivid memory. I am never doing that. Mm-mm. And I don't want to see my dad do that. And years later, when I got out of the Army, so I was in my mid-20s, late 20s, and we were having father-dad conversations. I told him about that and said, it just pains me. I don't want to see you go through that. Mm. And he didn't stop. He smoked for 7 years. And eventually he had lung cancer and COPD. And that was a contributing factor. It certainly didn't help.
Right.
When he got COVID. So, I don't want to go that way. Now, having said that, again, full disclosure, insulin diabetic on my mother's side, of my mother, mm-hmm. Insulin diabetic on my father's side, my grandmother. Didn't talk about her. She was an insulin dependent diabetic who eventually at the end was blind. Mm. I remember watching her
from diabetes.
Okay. Put those shots in her. I just remember, she gradually lost her sight. She was a little bit overweight. Master cake maker. She used to make the coolest cakes when I was a kid. So I knew, and my mom told me, sugar is the devil. That sugar was bad, and being an alcoholic, because that's really what attracted me to the alcohol was the sugar, it turns out. Because I like the sweet fruit drinks too.
Right. Like Mai Tais.
The scary Mai Tais with 151 floaters. And daiquiris and shit, Yeah. Orange juice drinks.
Yeah.
So that's what the diabetes was. But for a long time, I pretended like I didn't have it. And in the last 5-8 years, I've paid a little closer attention, and I've managed to sidestep insulin for now, which is what the Mounjaro Ozempic was about. Got these cool little glucometers that you can check on your phone. I don't have one now because the insurance thing, I'm working on it. But checking your blood sugar is important.
It is.
Anyway, I'm starting to have some physical ailments that can be diabetic related, and I have to pay attention to that. Speaking of health.
Right.
Because if I don't pay attention to that, I don't make it to 73. You can go quick when you get to where I'm at, right? There's a little bit of neuropathy in the feet, numbing of the feet. I got some kind of thing with my kidneys where if I run long distances, the kidney seize up for some reason. Nobody's gotten to the bottom of that, but I'm pretty sure it's diabetic related. And keeping blood sugar down is a really, really important thing. And I have to pay attention to it like it's going to kill me, because it will.
It will.
So having said that, back in September, my youngest daughter, Brianna, talked me at the beginning of last year into signing up for the Disney Half Marathon. That's 13.2 miles.
Yes, it is.
Of running. I trained so hard for that thing.
You did not train for that thing.
What?
You didn't train at all.
No, I trained so hard, Lisa.
No, John. I'm, at full disclosure, you didn't train at all. And in fact, I can remember saying to you, like 2 months out, hey, are you running at all? And you'd be like, I'm fine.
These are going to become a permanent fixture.
I really like those. So there was a point.
So I didn't train for this half marathon because I think I'm 18
right
up here.
Right.
So very little training. And then went and did it. And
how'd that go?
Well, okay, that's not true. I did 3 training runs, and on the 3rd one I hurt my knee.
Okay, that's true. All right, so your knee was a little...
My knee was jacked up, and I went into it with a bad Achilles from the year before.
Right.
So I had some anomalies with the left leg, and healing, again, diabetic, healing does not happen quickly.
Correct.
When you got the diabetes thing going on. So again, I have to pay attention to that. So we went and did the Disney half. Let me tell you, if you're going to do a Disney run, you want to go with moms of small children, because they know where all the bathrooms are in that park. So went all the way through the park, which is cool. You and me got a Disney history.
We do.
And for those of you who don't know, me and the Lisa Kay here, we met at Disneyland at their 25th anniversary, which is 1980. They're now on their 75th anniversary.
That hurts my heart to hear, but yes.
70th anniversary.
Yes. Okay.
We've known each other for a long time.
We have known each other.
From the Disneyland. Well, Disneyland has changed a lot since then.
It has.
Where California Adventure is now, that used to be a parking lot with names like Minnie.
Before that, it was a strawberry field.
A strawberry field. And so we ran all the way through that, made it 6 miles without stopping. So I got that going for me. I think I made it to 9-ish, and then I had to slow down. And then I walked to 10 or 11 and started cramping a little bit. From 11 to 12 was bad. I thought I stopped at 12, and I had pictures, and I showed the 12 marker. So I think I was probably less than a half a mile out when my legs stopped working. I cramped so bad I could not. I waddled to an aid station where I was slathered up by 3 people with BioFreeze that saved my life. And then I got on the struggle bus and got driven in. And
do tell what they handed you on the struggle bus.
They handed me a medal
in a little bag.
But it was still in the wrapper. And that's like, you get a medal, but you're still a loser.
Right.
And then made it home. But to my credit, in the past, when I've had that degree of cramping or less, it's lasted days, and it only lasted that day. And I used the pneumatic air pumps on my legs. I took plenty of electrolytes and water. I don't know what I could have done different to avoid that cramping other than maybe running more. But for some reason, my kidneys stopped allowing water to my lower limbs, I think. And that's happened consistently for years now on very, very long treks. So I don't know what the bottom of that is.
Now I have a story to throw in.
Yes, Lisa, tell us a story.
I'm going to tell, this is going to make me sound so magnanimous. So several years ago, maybe 4, maybe 5, John and I did the Palm Springs tram run. And I don't know if you've ever done the Palm Springs.
I'm sorry, we're out of time.
Shut up. So I don't know if you've ever done it, but it's really hard. You start at sea level, right? And it goes up to how many? I don't remember. 2,000?
It's a 2,000-foot elevation climb, and it's 3.7 miles uphill only.
Yes. And it's hard.
It's from 111 up to the Palm Springs tram parking lot.
Correct. And it's really, really, really hard. Let me just say that.
It's not the Mount Baldy run, but it's close.
Now, when we did that one, I was in the same mind frame. I can do this. It's fine. I run flat 3 miles a lot. I'm fine. So got there. I got to about mile 2 and my lower legs were cramping. So my calves are cramping. I'm like, it's okay. And there was some Gatorade and I took the Gatorade and I'm thinking, I'm okay. And then my thighs started to cramp as well. So both of my thighs and both of my calves are cramping. And I kept trying to go and I'm just like, this is not going to work. So I turned around and the only way to do it is walk back down. There's a man who does this every year who's an older guy. He's got to be in his 80s. And he does it every year. He's got his little poles and he wears a neon tracksuit. So as I turn around in shame, walking back down, he's passing me and he does this. I'm like, oh my God. And then, of course, I had to tell John I turned around because he was at the race as well. And for years, friends, I have gotten the, well, if you weren't a quitter, you weren't a quitter. So.
And now all of that is for naught.
All of that is for naught. Now, have I rubbed it in very much? Very little.
Listen.
That's because I'm magnanimous.
Here's the other thing about Palm Springs tram run. There's no parking. So you have to park a mile away.
That is true.
At the Carl's Jr. parking lot. You have to walk up to this thing. And there's buses, but the first year we did buses and waited an hour to get on a bus. So it's easier if you just walk back down the thing. Consistently, 2-3 years in a row, I've trekked. So even though you think you're doing 3.7 miles, when you're done walking your car, no, it's 10.
Is it 10? Okay.
It's 10 miles. Because it's 3.7 up, 3.7 down. That's 7.4.
Right.
And then it must be a mile and a half.
Easily.
Up and back to the car.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
that's a good day.
It's a good day. It's pretty huge. It's gorgeous. The sun's rising over the desert. It's fabulous. But it is a big deal. We did it not the next year, the year after that, and I did finish.
That's true. She did.
I did.
And so my first DNR, and that's that.
Yeah.
So 5Ks and 10Ks from now on for us.
I think that is a reasonable goal. Yes.
Okay. So here's the one other thing. Were you done?
Yeah.
I cut you off. And oftentimes people tell me I cut you off all the time.
It's fine.
I think I've done better this time.
I think you're doing really well. Yes. What's the other thing?
Well, last year in the middle of the year, we're going to go back almost a year, 0.4.
Okay.
To October in a little art program here in town called Art for Heaven's Sake. At Art for Heaven's Sake, which is held every year in October, they have a lot of local artists. It's a pretty good art show held at a local church.
It's like a 40-year run, I think. This is like the 40th year or something.
I bumped into a lady who had a booth by the name of Natalie Richards.
Okay.
local artist who is amazing. Look her up, Natalie Richards. We got to talking. And in that talking, and pastel is not a thing I've ever done. I've had pastels for years. I've played with them, but I've never really learned how to do them. And in my art room, I have pencils and pens and crayons. And I got a bunch of stuff. I haven't used it all. And this goes back a year and a half. She says, I'm teaching a class at the Redlands Art Association in a couple months. You should sign up. I'm like, okay. I needed something to break it up. I needed something else to
Creative.
do. I needed creativity. I hadn't really found my creativity. So I went and took this class. And she's a very good teacher. And it lit my brain on fire. And two thoughts here. I went in as a student. I know nothing. I'm just going to listen, and I'm going to do the basics to learn the basics.
Right, because you'd never really
because I'd never been taught or learned the basics. This is a room of 10, 11 people.
Right.
Our age, up and down a little bit.
Right.
Two guys, me and two other guys, I think, and the rest are all women. Various stages of artists. Now, listen, I've been drawing a long time. I've been arting a long time. And this is one of those things, I hate to toot my horn, but I'm pretty fucking good at it too, right? Yes or no?
No, you are. I always say you're an amazing artist.
So even though I'm starting with the basics and learning the basics,
you already have a whole bunch of
I'm still really good at what I do.
Right.
Now add basics, basically. So we start doing a little thing, and I'm maybe halfway through. And there's a older gentleman, and he's walking around, because you get up and you look at other people's stuff. Mm. And he comes by and he goes, "Oh, are you a real artist?" And I'm like, yeah. And he was crushed. It's why I hate going into these things as an amateur.
Right.
But I'm not trying to show anybody off. No. I'm just drawing what I see.
Right. You're just doing you.
It just happens to be real good, right? I felt really bad. And, interestingly enough, a year later, that guy decided to quit and sell his pastels. I bought his pastels. Anyway, I went through that whole class, and it really lit me up. It really lit my art brain on fire. And I started doing art. And then I joined the Redlands Art Association. And then I got into that art show a year later. Mm-hmm. I applied for it and got in. Mm-hmm. And so it forced me to produce a lot of pictures. Mm-hmm. And I was already into framing, making my own frames or whatnot, but that led to more woodworking, and I'm learning about woodworking, which segued into Lisa's dad, who was a certified woodworker. And when he passed, I got all his woodworking stuff. So now I got a couple hobbies going on, which is good. Going back to you want to make it to 73. Something new, something different, something creative, something I spend hours in my garage on the weekends now doing artsy things. Mm-hmm. I never, for a lot of years, decades, wanted art to be a business. And now I want art to be a business. It's my new retirement plan. I want to run art as a business. Anyway, all this to say, I've been producing a shit ton of art. Mm-hmm. And I'm exploring different avenues in a lot of different shows. And I really, really like pastel as a medium. And so this podcast is also going to be a little bit of art podcast too. Oftentimes people have said, how do you go from cooking to art to massage? And my point is they're all the same. And so since I do them, and since I do see them as the same, and since they're all things I can do with my hands, and they're touchy-feely things and sensational, sensual things, we're going to add art into this too.
Okay.
Having said that, back behind you, Lisa. Right. Where is it? Right there. Mm-hmm. I painted that, son. That's in my office.
It's one of my favorites.
I did not paint that one up in the top right, or those ones in the top left. Those are both the one on the right we bought from an art show up in Santa Cruz. where Deb is, and then the ones on the left are her daughter, and it's a brain and a heart. But if you ever come to my office, there's a lot of art in here, and 3/4 of it is mine, and I'm also selling it. And we're working on a website. We're working
shameless plug. If you really are interested, we have originals and we have
prints
of all of John's stuff, and it is very good. And yeah,
if you've ever been to this office before, up where those flowers are on the right hand side of Lisa, there used to be a large picture of a tree from Hawaii. I sold that one at that art show. And then I made prints of that on canvas, and then I artist enhanced and painted over that print. And personally, I think they came out better than the original.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of things I'm doing because I now have sellable, workable art that I can get out to the masses. And so we'll dedicate a couple shows to selling, talking technique, giving some prices out, some ideas and that kind of stuff. And I think that rounds out this thing pretty good.
Right.
For what we want to talk about, what we want to do.
Right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a year. We missed you. We enjoy doing this, I think. I think it's fun and it's an outlet. I think we give out good information, and so I'm excited to get back to it. Anyway, if you have anything that you'd really like to hear about, hear us talk about, feel free to reach out and let us know. What's the best way? I guess you can either call us or text us. That's a really good way. 909-557-4415. That's a really great way to get a hold of us right now.
You can see my art on John. Is it John Webster O Art?
Art by Webster.
No, John with a 0 Webster Art. So John O Art, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Let's look on the face on the Instagram.
Instagram. It's at John 0 Webster Art. I'm looking at it right here on the board.
It looks like that. That's backwards, but that's what it looks like. John 0 Webster Art. And you will see some of my art there.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got today. That's enough. We caught everybody up on a year. Yep. I don't know if we're going to print this one. We may just print this one and not have to rewrite it again. Corey's going to check into this, and hopefully we can get some music. We can get some graphics. We can get some interesting stuff. I would love sound effects. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Red, that would be a huge...
I need buttons where I can push sound effects.
No.
A little button that says, that was easy. All right, kids. That's it. Say goodbye, Lisa.
Bye, everybody. Be good humans.
Be good humans. That's her tagline.
It is.
To exit full screen, press and hold escape. First, you got to find escape. Escape. We're out.